Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, and glad to have you here. Glad to be here. You do realize that this was the first stream that got it all started on our YouTube channel. You know that? So we've been doing this for a while now, and this channel has grown thanks to you. And I guess I want to help to attribute it to all of the people who are on our channel who reach out to give you the best information we can about the market. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the chat letting me know that I am coming across loud and clear with VV Nation. Let me know that I'm coming across loud and clear so that we can keep this running. I got a lot to talk about today, especially as it pertains to the way the market is going right now. So today is definitely going to be one of those days that I want you to invite people. I am waiting for the alert to hit. Today is definitely, don't put it up yet. Don't put the link up yet, Joey. Once we get the link hits, I really need you guys to invite people today because the market is going through some stuff, some weird stuff. Trader Matt says, sound good, not like yesterday. We had a different setup yesterday, Matt. We were trying out. So thank you for that feedback. Ben says, good afternoon, Glenn. Good afternoon, Glenn. I have subscribed, liked, and shared today. Thank you for that, Jeff. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So I'm waiting for the alert to hit. Once it does, today is going to really be a good day for you to share the link out to the world of investing. I think that we only just hit just the tippity tip of the iceberg when it comes to investors on YouTube. There's no reason with the information that we give that we can't get a lot more people in the room. All right, you get them here and I'll keep them here. All I need you to do is just to get them here. We got 52 people. Joey, I don't know if you want to check the alert. I know it's up there. I don't know if you checked it or not. Tell Joey they still are selling hearing aids on Amazon Prime. Wow, Joey. Ooh, I had nothing to do with that. That was Matt. That was all Matt. Mark said just got the alert. All right, cool. All right, so with that being said, today is a day because I got some talking to do about the market that you guys really want to pay attention to. I'm going to give some red flags, so to speak, as to what's going on in the market. So today you want to definitely share. Today is the day I want you to share. Like and share. Coda de Baca. Is that like Hakuna Matata? I don't know. What language is that, Market Reach? What language is that? All right. So, good, 163. Let's get 300 people in the room. So I'm going to start off by just looking at what's going on in the market. A lot of green popping up, a lot of euphoria. Inflation is cooling. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. People are getting bullishly euphoric about it. All right. And the market's moving up. What else is, wow. Happy birthday, Joey. Look at that, Mark. Holy smokes. By the way, today is Joey's birthday. That's strictly for Joey, Mark. That is strictly for Joey. It got nothing to do with me. That's all Joey. Thank you for that, Mark. Folks, that's what we call a super chat. Mark just gave a super chat to Joey for his birthday. So today is Joey's birthday. VV Nation, make sure you wish Joey a happy birthday. But that, holy smokes, that is all for Joey. I got nothing to do with that. All right, so I am going to talk about what's making the market move up. Again, inflation is cooling. People are happy about that. Fear of missing out because the market's moving up. We went from a confirmed down to a confirmed up in a matter of a couple of days, which is unlike what normally happens. The system is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. All right. One of the telling signs about what happened with the confirmed down call was that the MTI never went below 1, which is really abnormal. The underlying trend in the market never went down even during the confirmed down call, and then the market turned back around. Now, as I look at that, the confirmed call is back up. The primary wave is back up. I'm going to get us into the program real quick. And I'm going to bring up a market timing graph. Excuse me. I'm going to bring up a market timing graph because this is where I need your attention to be. Again, if you haven't already, share the live stream. Share the live stream, share the live stream. This is the VectorVest composite. Remember, it tracks the movement of over 9,000 stocks. This is what's giving me a bearish flag. 1, 2, 3 gap up days. And these are all abandoned by themselves. No other bars backing up, reversal. 3 solid days of the market gapping up. I'm going to call that a bullish move, but very prone to a bearish pullback. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Type it in the room. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Because gaps that go unfilled at some point in time have to be unfilled. Look at the gap here. Look at the gap here. It got filled. Look at the gap here. It got filled. Even the gap down here, it got filled. Folks, this is a bearish flag. Now, Williams says possibly. Now, and now Daniel says that's not true. All right. This is why I'm asking and we're having this conversation. All right. So, Daniel, there's more to it than just this. All right. There's more to it than just this. This is one flag for me that says we need to be careful. All right. I'm going to go take this. Has this happened many times before? Michael, most times when you got a gap, as I just showed pretty much all of the gaps that you've seen over the last 3 months, all of the gaps have been filled. Gap down here, they got filled. Gap up, interesting. Gap up never got filled. Go, 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 go. Gap up did get filled. Go, 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 go. Gap up did get filled. Gap down did get filled. So for the most part, Michael, normal gaps do get filled. And again, just looking at a 3-month graph on the VectorVest composite, more times than not, it does get filled. Now, Daniel did say, I agree, be careful. But the adage that all gaps get filled isn't true. And Daniel, we just showed that, right? I just showed that. So I'm going to amend my statement by saying most gaps. This was the one gap here that gapped up but never got filled. But as you go through and look at most of the gaps that happened, even on the VectorVest composite, did get filled. So I'm going to take this a step further. We have another graph called the market climate graph. Let's go to the market climate graph. Now, the market climate graph is what we call the 30,000-foot view of the market. You don't trade off of the market climate graph. And on the market climate graph, we look at 3 things. We look at the 3 things that move markets globally: earnings, interest, and inflation. If you don't know that, and Pecan says 80% of gaps get filled. I like that statistic. I didn't know what the full statistic was, but for that, Pecan, thank you for that. All right. And Daniel says, I think we're in agreement, both do. All right. So with that being said, earnings, interest, and inflation. Inflation, hot topic. What's inflation doing? Here's the CPI inflation. What is it doing? It is cooling. Where is it at right now? About 4%. Where does the Fed want it? About 2%. We've still got a little bit more ways to go. Long-term interest rates, T-notes. What are they doing? Rising. That's what's showing here. This is my T-notes. My interest rates are rising. Earnings. Here's our earnings trend indicator. We take all of the data wrapped around earnings and everything, earnings, interest, inflation, but we have an earnings trend indicator. We put it on a scale between 0 and 2. We make it real easy to understand what's going on in the market. When the earnings trend indicator is above the value of 1, we are in a bull market. We are skirting with being below 1 and have been since February. March, April, May, June, July. Last 5 months, based upon everything that's going on with inflation falling down, interest rates pausing, we are skirting with coming in a bear market. Until the earnings trend indicator goes below the value of 1, we're going to remain in a bull market. It all depends on forward earnings. Well, when we look at earnings, Ali, it is always forecasted 12 months out. So our earnings, our 50-day moving average, of earnings per share on the S&P 500 is forecasted out. All right, so I've already taken that in consideration. Mark says the VIX is very low as well. That means there's not a lot of fear in the market right now. Why is that? All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the market timing graph. What's pushing this still higher? Inflation is cooling. Boom, we can see that. All right, what else is what else is going on? The fear of missing out. People who are sitting on the sidelines after we got the confirmed down call, very quickly got a confirmed up call. They're seeing that the market is still going up, especially the tech stocks, which is being driven by AI, watching these things run, and they're going, holy smokes, I got to get into the market. So they are. They're getting into the market, driving stock prices high enough that they've gapped up for 3 consecutive days. Now, how do I know when this market turns around? I will tell you this. All it's going to take is a little slither of bad news, and people are going to feel that that's a reprieve to be able to get out of this market that's rocking and rolling. Because other than that, people are going to keep riding this market for as long as they can, holding their breath. They're going to be, well, I'm in the market. Woo, I'm in the market. That's what's going on. The high anxiety is going on in the market right now. And if you don't have the high anxiety, when the market does pull around, you're going to be the one that gets hit the hardest. So I am still of the mindset. Take what the market gives you. The market's moving up. Boom. We'll take it. Make that money, boo-boo. All right, make that money, boo-boo. But I am going to tell you to be cautious. Do you agree with the cautious statement? Yes or no? All right. Do you agree with the cautious statement? Yes or no? Now, the reason why I ask is because when you look at the YouTube channels, everybody out there is going to be pushing buy these stocks. They're not going to keep you in the know of saying, wait a minute, slow down, boo-boo. Be careful, boo-boo. They're not going to tell you that, but you know who will tell you that? Your Uncle Glenn. Because I don't want you to get caught and get blindsided, folks. I don't want nobody out there to be blindsided. Take what the market gives you. All I'm telling you is make sure you got good stops on your stocks, because when this does turn around, something tells me it's going to turn around hard and fast. It's going to be Fast and Furious 11. All right? How do I get to be Funkle? What the heck is a Funkle, Glenn? Joey, what's a Funkle?
It's the fun uncle.
Oh, is that the fun uncle? All right, then I'll be Funkle, Glenn. I think. I could have been duped into being a Funkle. Oh, no, Daniel said that. It's a fun uncle. I was like, all right. I'm sitting there and going, boo-boo is smarter than the average bear, says Mark. Absolutely. Corey says, lesson, be smarter than the average bear, boo-boo. So this is why I wanted to have the conversation today, because I think a lot of people are caught up in, yo, let's go, back up the door, back up the truck. Let's just go, go, go. I want you guys to be careful. All right. Cut all the weeds in my portfolio. Nothing wrong with that, Jackie. Absolutely. Don't keep those stocks that are holding you back. Right now, if the market's giving you an opportunity to go, go. But just be careful. All right. I've been called Drunkle, Mark, once or twice. Wow. I don't want to be called Drunkle. I like Funkle. Huh?
Do you know what that one means?
I'm probably it's going to be Drunk Uncle.
Okay.
Glenn, will the market typically fall faster than it's rising? Ooh, Corey, good question. Everybody in the room, Corey, should know that stocks fall faster than they rise. And just in general, the market doesn't always fall faster than it rises, but stocks fall faster than they rise. Stocks tend to fall faster than they rise. Lou says, me as an aggressive investor, I use the trend to buy and sell. Thank you, Uncle Glenn. You got it, my friend. You got it. Bulls climb stairs, bears dive out of windows. I like that. That's very true, Daniel. That's very true. Market takes stairs up and an elevator shaft down. All right, so I think we all do know that stocks fall faster than they rise, but not always do markets fall harder than they rise. Look at here. Look at the fall. Look at the rise. That was a hard fall in a short amount of time, but a quick rise back again. So I'm going to apply it more so to stocks than I will to the market. JetBlue is not serving me Cafe Bustelo. You know something? Drop my name, John. Tell them you know me. While you're on JetBlue, tell them you know me. They'll take care of you. All right. Jake, I got some hydrogen stocks I'm going to look at today. Jake says Nikola is his EV hydrogen play, Glenn. I got some hydrogen stocks for you today. Make sure you stay with me today. I got some really good stocks for you to keep your eyes on. And watch out for tomorrow's 6 p.m. video. It's going to be stocks that are on my radar. All right. I'm going to give you 5 stocks that are what I call, no-brainer stocks, but I'm going to give you 5 newcomers stocks that I want you to keep your eyes on. All right, so weeds go down fast if markets pull back. Weeds? Oh, you mean who? Why are we talking about weed? Why are we talking about weed? We can't do that. This is a family-friendly thing. Sigh. All right. So with that, I wanted to do a deeper dive on what's going on in the market today, because I think it's important for people to understand what's going on. And I want you as subscribers to this channel to never be blindsided. So I'm trying to protect you. All right, let's go to see what news is moving the market. We'll start there. As we know, U.S. stocks are rising after another report showing cooling inflation. All right, that's, CPI, well, it was PPI came in this morning. CPI was yesterday. So inflation is cooling, but you know something? The Fed is still going to raise interest rates. St. Louis Fed President Bullard says he's stepping down in August. Oh, let's go peep that out. Is that big news? Yes or no? Type it in the room. Is that big news? Yes or no? The bank said he's leaving to take a position with Purdue University. It also added that Bullard has recused himself from monetary policy role on the Federal Reserve's FOMC and other related duties as ceased all public. Wow, a lot of people are saying yes. I don't know how big of a player he was or he is, but Jeff says yes with a lot of explanations. Roger says no. I'm being taken out of all my bullish call spread. I can't get into that right now. I'm not going to talk about options here. A lot of people are not. Your TCROP is still rocking. I told you to keep your eyes on it. All right. And that's one of the things where we do the work, you reap the rewards. That's one of those stocks right there, folks. TCROP. We put it out there as a story on a live stream, hooking up with Overstock. So I'm glad that I was bringing that to your attention. I'm glad it was bringing that to your attention. Who cares? He is down or up. No, was mentioned last week or so, says Greg. Do the odds mean higher if the market closes the high with no wick? That just means today, Lee, that the market is trading at the session highs today, which is bullish going into tomorrow. Roger says, if you don't recognize the name, he ain't pizza. Hold on. I got to do this. Which one is that? That is. What does that have to do with pizza? I don't know. Bullet was a big hawk. More interest rate hikes. All right. Thank you, Jeff. So I wanted to know, that story just came up. I wanted to see how big that was. PPI, June wholesale prices rise less than expected in another encouraging inflation report. All right. So those were the two economic stories that I wanted to talk about. Fed's bullet stepping down in August. Fed officials did the same thing in August 28th. Thank you, Dan. All right. So now let's talk about more in the market. U-turn in bonds has bulls envisioning sub -4% U.S. 2-year yields. Now, I'm not an expert on this, all right? But the white line is looking at supercore inflation annualized. The blue line is looking at the 2-year treasury. This tells me that the market, hold on. U.S. inflation drops far enough to signal sustained bond rally. Bonds, buying the debt, right? And what we want is after it matures, after you buy a bond, after it matures, you get your money back with a little interest on it. This graph is showing us that that this is bullish or bearish. Talk to me. Looking at this graph, the market more bullish or bearish? I brought it up to your attention because I'm trying to learn more about this. And again, I'm not going to claim that I know everything about the market. I know a lot about the market, but not everything. But as you look at this graph and the story, is this bullish or bearish for the market? All right. So just like we try to do the work and you reap the rewards, I need you guys on some things to give me your input. And it says in bonds, bullish. So does that mean that I'm getting a bigger interest rate on those bonds as I buy the debt? Yes or no, Lee? Is that what that means? That I'm getting back a little bit more money as I buy the debt or as I buy the bonds? Yes or no? All right. So that's my question in regards to that. Bearish for the market, though. Lee says yes. So instead of putting my money into the market, I'm buying the bonds. I'm getting a little bit more money back. It's bearish for the market, though, because it takes money out of the market for people to put into bonds, sort of, kind of. All right. So it's bearish for the market. So remember when I told you that I had red flags? One red flag was that we had the 3 days of gapping up in the market. Trey says that's definitely bullish. Bullish for bonds or bullish for the market, Trey? Because I'm getting bullish for bonds, but bearish for the market. Daniel says, in my opinion, for a short time, it's bearish for the stock market. It means the economy is slowing down, which will depress earnings per share. Trey says bullish for the bonds. All right. So it looks like that's what I'm getting out. People are saying bullish for bonds, but bearish for the market. If I'm on the right track, type of 1. All right. If I'm not on the right track, type of 2. If I'm on the right track here, type of 1. So my flags, the gapping up, looking at the overall market climate graph, now looking at this story. So I'm very concerned about the move to the upside of the market, even though I'm telling you to take advantage of it. This is another addition to the reason why I want you guys to just be careful in the market. Mark says, 1, if more people buy bonds, less money for stocks. That's right. So that's what I'm saying. If the bonds, if money goes where money grows. If it's going to be the bond market because people are getting a little bit more money there, they're going to pull their money out of the market, which they think is wick-wacky anyway, and put it into bonds. So, all right. Don't be a stock Karen. I'm not trying to be a stock Karen. Did you just really say that? Did you just really call me a stock Karen? Wow. And I'm not a stock Karen. All right, so that's another red flag for me as far as the market's concerned. What stocks are moving? Exxon buys pipeline operator making a big bet on carbon. ExxonMobil is paying almost $5 billion to buy Denbury, a pipeline operator that moves carbon dioxide, increasing its bet that it can make money collecting other companies' emissions. All right, so decent story. Let's go build my watch list of stocks, big moving stocks. Let's go with XOM. I'm short-term bullish on oil anyway. So, and is another sign of, even though inflation is cooling, that inflation hasn't gone away, is oil. If oil prices rise, if they do rise, that's another sign of inflation is still here, that it's not gone. I think we all know that it ain't just going to go away. All right, let's get to the next news story. Amazon. Woo! Amazon touts the biggest ever Prime Day as U.S. online sales surged to $12.7 billion, up 6% year over year. That's big. That's big. All right. So, did anybody buy anything off of Amazon Prime Day? Type of 1 in the room if you did. Type of 2 if you didn't. I did not. I didn't find anything that I wanted. I didn't find anything. I didn't even find any new DJ equipment. Dan, when have I ever slept on uranium? Uncle Glenn's been talking about uranium. Uncle Glenn's been talking about uranium. All right. So, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people. I didn't find anything I want. Joey said he spent like $2,000. He spent a lot of money. Well, Joey's got that kind of money. One day when I grow up, I want to be like Joey. All right, let's go to the next one. Delta. Travel stocks. Delta posts record quarterly earnings, hikes full year outlook on travel boom. Travel boom, even though inflation is high, this still, I can't wrap my head around this. People want to complain about inflation. I know it's cooling, but you're still paying inflated prices. Just because inflation is cooling doesn't mean that people are dropping prices just quite yet. All right, the demand is still there, so there's no need for them to drop prices on already inflated stuff. But Delta posts record quarterly, so I'm going to put that in my list. Delta, DAL. All right, third stock in my list. But I would also look at hotels. Make sure you look at tomorrow's video again. I would look at the hotels, Airbnb, a lot of stuff out there in regards to travel stocks that you need to keep your eyes on. We got 217 people. Folks, you know me. I'm trying to get us to 300 people. Help a brother out. Come on. Share the link. Share the link. All right. If you can. Help me out. I'm trying to just get us once there to 300, and then we'll keep going there from there. Delta's the top one in here now by VST, followed by Exxon, and then by Amazon. Next story in the list. How about this? Meta's Threads now has to keep up with its million users engaged. Do you think that's going to be a problem? So now it's trying to compete with Twitter. Do you think that, and again, I still in the back of my mind, outside of the users signing up, I still don't know if Threads has what it takes to keep up with competition with Twitter. That's my opinion. They got a lot of people. Threads hit 100 million users within the first 5 days. Twitter has roughly 500 million. They got to 20% of what Twitter has in 5 days. But they had Instagram. So they had a heads up, a leg up on that, in that the amount of users that they already had from the other source of their social media. So, I don't know. Thread is a joke, says Daniel. Glenn, if you own a long position in a stock and want to day trade the same stock, do you recommend using separate broker or the same account? Why would you use a different broker? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I do it both on the same broker instead of having another broker. I don't see the advantage or disadvantage. Now, Zane said he got a $150 TV that normally costs $420. I didn't find no deals like that. ICB says AEHR going to move, reports earnings after the close today. I think that might be a stock that I might have in my list today. I don't know. Why crude oil jump now, says Jackie? Because we're artificially creating demand. OPEC is cutting back. Russia's cutting back. I think the demand is waning, so they're going to artificially create it by cutting back. That's what's going on with crude. I'm waiting to see if they automatically create thread accounts for Facebook users. If they do that, I'm not doing that. All right, so let's go put Meta in my list. Meta, META. Where does that sit? That sits as number 2 in the list by VST. Notice all the stocks in the stories today all have VSTs above 1. Elon Musk once said, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. What is he doing? Now he's starting his own AI company. That's very funny when someone who has the ear of so many people because he's an influencer can say, oh, no, we need to slow down on AI. And then he comes up with his own new company, XAI. It's very hypocritical. All right. Zach says, I was expecting that 100%. Listen, it's all about the money. Absolutely. I'm telling you, anything that's got the letters AI attached to it in today's market is bound to be a winner as of right now. All right. As of right now. Glenn, how many members does Facebook have? I don't know. Somebody can answer that question for VP. How many members does Facebook have? I'm one of them. Correct. You nailed it, all about the money, says Zach. So interesting. I'm going to put, that's just I can't put the stock yet. I don't think it's out there yet. I can't put the stocks in there. But I got another Tesla story. How about this? Tesla in talks with India to set up a factory with 500,000 annual capacity. That's huge. Interesting. That's just more cars for Tesla to make. All right, keeping them ahead of the game as far as the big boys. So I am going to put Tesla up there. I am going to put that. That's a lot of cars. All right, that's a lot of cards. William says that's huge. That's beyond huge. And as my stocks keep getting put into the list, Tesla is now number one at the top of the list. Fundamentally sound stock. All right, fundamentally sound stock. Hush up, Mark. I'm not talking to you right now. Mark, I'm about to put you in timeout. All right, Tesla's at the top of the list. Let's go to the next stock. How about this? TSMC confirms it's building a new manufacturing plant in Japan. A chip stock in the AI business expanding. And still taking the business out of China. It doesn't start manufacturing, though, the chips until 2026. It's not going to help our building stuff because it's going to be built in Japan. Will this news for Tesla affect expected earnings in VectorVest? Not in VectorVest. With the earnings, we'll talk about that in a second, Zach. We'll talk about that in a second. Meta has caught my attention. 2015 valuation today, though they are still bringing in $100 billion more a year than in 2015. Lowest price to discounted cash of the future. Long shares. Meta is not a bad play. I'm not saying that Meta is a bad play. Meta is not a bad play. And when we look at the graph, that stock is kicking butt, taking names. So, Mark. Oh, I got to put TSM into my list, right? TSM. Let's go sit. That's AI related, chip related. Nikola, really, Jake? Nikola is a quantum level company. Tesla is AI. Tesla's AI as well. And where's the TSM? Second in the list. Another stock that's undervalued. John says the MTI is at 1.5, getting there. The market's starting to look for a top. As well as the other flags that I put up. I think that the market is in tune for some downside one. And I think that the next push to the downside actually puts us into bear market territory as far as the market climate graph. For those of you who are subscribers to the VectorVest software, do you agree with that? That the next big move to the downside probably is going to be big enough to actually put the earnings trend indicator below 1. All right. For those of you who are subscribers, do you agree with that? I think that we're setting up right now. For a nice, really big pullback. All right. Glenn, what is the insignia on your black ring? I'm a Freemason. All right. That's what that is. We won't discuss that here, but that's what the insignia is. William says, hopefully no. Now, William, hopefully, prayerfully, all that stuff. I ain't talking about that. I'm not talking about it from an emotional standpoint. I'm talking about it from a transparency standpoint. And I hear you, William. I'm with you. But you know something? I think it's time for a big pullback, a bear market, setting up opportunities for the market to rebound. All right. And it's going to be interesting as we start going into primaries for the president and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be very interesting timing how this market plays out. All right. Looking to start selling some covered calls on retirement holdings. Tom, that may not be a bad call. Now, for those people who want to get that weekly update on the 30,000 foot view of the market, you know, you can get that. We give that to our subscribers of the software every Friday. All right. And we give you a great opportunity to take advantage of the software. 99 cents. Go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. YT stands for YouTube. You can get a trial to the VectorVest software for 30 days for 99 cents. All right. So Christian Alumni Society says just become a bear. No, I'm not going to be a bear. Just all out. I'm not all the time a bull. I'm not going to always be a bear. I'm going to play what the market gives me. I'm tired of trying to outguess the market. How many of you are tired? How many of you are tired trying to outguess the market? Type of 1. Type of 2 if you don't care. Trey says, no, I don't agree with a big pullback in the bear territory. I got you, Trey. And again, I'm not judging. It's just a question. I never going to judge in this room. This is a judgment-free zone. All right. So I'm tired. Listen to you. Listen to me. Listen to your Uncle Glenn. Listen to your Funkle Glenn. I'm tired of trying to outguess the market. That's why I use VectorVest to help me to not have to outguess the market. I keep you guys on the right side of the market, and I keep me on the right side of the market. So it's a win-win situation. All right. Rich Girl says, me, that's why I'm scalping. Nothing wrong. Listen, not everybody is, and Jake says, Glenn judges me. I probably do judge you, Jake, more than anybody. Rich Girl says, that's why, not everybody's in the right mindset to scalp. Maybe that's too aggressive for a lot of people. But if you are into scalping, nothing wrong with that. All right, nothing wrong with that. Jeff says, I was tired of trying to guess the market. Then I signed up for VectorVest. So he said 2, not a 1. Millionaires are bears. They can be bears. How about millionaires are bulls too? I'm at the 30,000 foot right now, Glenn, and I don't have a good view of the market. Are you flying, John? Are you watching this from the airplane? That's kind of cool if that's the case. Are you watching this? You need to play this. You need to let the captain play this so that everybody on the plane. Attention. This is Glenn. I will be your pilot today in the VectorVest software, taking you through a journey on how to invest in the stock market. Please fasten your seatbelts, keep your tray in the upright position, and make sure that your devices are in airplane mode. All right, so there we go. Oh, and if the market goes down, look under your chair. There will be a life vest that will be activated by the air as you start falling down, and it will turn into a parachute, and you will land safely on the ground. All right, so there we go. Get ready. It's go time. Cameco front runs the rest of the uranium sector. That's another one, Dan, I've talked about. I like the uranium sector. I've liked it for the longest time from another alternative to fossil fuels. I think uranium is the cleanest thing out there, even outside of solar and wind. All right, so keep your hands and feet in at all times is right, Sonny. Actually, Palantir, ooh, that's another stock that I've been looking at. Palantir is a stock that I owned again. And actually, I just wrote an article for somebody. We'll see if it gets published on Palantir. I just wrote an article on Palantir. We'll see if it gets published. I'm a big fan of Palantir, and for transparency, I do currently own Palantir. The lithium sector, Rich Girl, I've been hot on the lithium sector as well. I've done stories on both uranium and on lithium. All right, what is going to trigger the downturn? Siberia, I'm a big fan of. It's probably just going to be a little piece of bad news that's going to give people an excuse to cut their winners. That's all I'm thinking. Mark says, can you give us your number one best sector as you did brilliantly with cement, glass, steel, copper? Right now, I'm going to give you 2 sectors that I want you to keep your eyes on right now. One of them is petroleum, and the other one is actually, for the first time in a long time, I'm going to say gold. Those are my 2 mining. So mining, gold. Those are my 2 sectors that I want you to keep your eyes on. All right. John says, Glenn, I'm flying over Kitty Hawk, North Carolina this moment, going back to Boston. You know, Kitty Hawk is where it all kicked off. It wasn't in Ohio. It was North Carolina where flying happened. Next Fed meeting may be a bit of bad news. You know, I think that the next Fed meeting is going to be another raise in interest rates, and albeit about a 0.25%. All right, let's go to XRO. Oh, I got an XRO story. Where did that come from? I got an XRO story. XRO announces a coil driver innovation project with leading global automotive OEM. I've got an idea of who this is going to be. but I'm not going to put that out because it's my own scuttlebutt. All right. But I've got it. I think it's a big company. It's a big company. I'm yelling out Glenn stock picks on the plane. JetBlue will love me. There you go, John. All right. So your suggestion on sectors are not showing up in the top RT sectors. Why? Because I gave you my picks based upon what's going on in the news, what's moving those sectors. The top RT sectors are the sectors that are already moving. That wasn't the question. The question was, what are my sectors that I think right now that I would be in? And those are my 2 sectors that I would be in. The top five are RTs are the top 5 or 10 sectors that are moving now. I'm trying to tell you what's possibly going to be moving up faster than those right now. Does that make sense? The ring may be Skulls and Bones member. I told you I wasn't getting into it. I got nothing to do with Skulls and Bones. I got nothing to do with Skulls and Bones, and I got nothing to do with the Illuminati. Got nothing to do with either one of those. All right, so big news that could be potentially a big mover for XRO right now. And I think I know the company that they're talking about, and we'll see. We will see. Did I say buy XROF? No, I didn't say buy XROF. But again, for transparency, I own it, EXROF. I do own it. So can we talk about XRP winning the lawsuit? You can talk about it, Rich Girl. Does it make crypto better? Does it make crypto better? Does it make me want to go buy into crypto? The answer to that is no. But I don't have the means. There's a site that I have. Hold on, research. Yeah, here's all of my research stuff. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's my crypto spot? There it is, right there. I can pull it up here because I can't pick up XRP in the software. We don't track it. But I can pull it up here. And the news is right. Rich Girl is right. XRP is up. What? Over the last time. Look, it's up 64%. Is that just today? Now that's Ethereum. Today, it was moving up. It's pulling back a little bit. Where's the news on it? This is a crypto news. And historical decision on Ripple case, XRP surges. We'll click on it. And I'm clicking on it because Rich Girl says you want to talk about it. It's not going to change my view on crypto. According to the latest news, the milestone development has occurred for XRP in the Ripple case. Judge ruled that the company's XRP sales do not constitute investment contracts. Following the announcement, XRP started to rise and reached a price of 6 cents. Or is that 60? I'm thinking that's 6. I don't know. Is it 60 cents? Might be 60 cents. Looks like 60 cents. Yeah, 60 cents. Yes, it should while I'm celebrating today. And Rich Girl, nothing wrong with that. So, you know something, as I look at this site, and this is my coin market cap, this is what I use for the purposes of crypto. I'm looking over the last 7 days, there's XRP over the last 7 days up 70%. What else is moving? Matic and the biggest mover, let's just sort this by 7 days. It looks like the biggest mover is XRP. And it's trading, is that right? About 80 cents right now. And that's fine. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Why are you not investing or trading in crypto? I'm just saying, by the way, I still think that FTX put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and it's still speculative. I mean, a lot of look at the prices on many of these cryptos. They're so speculative. That's why. That's why. But now, for people who may not have a lot of money in the market, could you take a chance to make a 70% in 70 days? In 7 days? Absolutely. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. And because I can't track it in the VectorVest system, I can't do our analysis like I do on all the other stocks. All right. All right. Let's get back into the software. See, Rich Girl, when I put that story up, look how many people left. For the most part, a lot of people are not interested in crypto. But I did show the story since you asked about it. But I don't, we don't track crypto. So, but that was the way that I could do that. All right. What else did I have? Oh, remember I talked to you about hydrogen? How about this? 3 hydrogen stocks at AI. Hydrogen and AI together. BLDP, Plug, and Lind. BLDP, Plug, and Lind. BLDP, Plug, and Lind. All right, so 3 hydrogen stocks with AI put in it. Why is ENPH moving? I think they had really good earnings. I think Ryan talked about ENPH yesterday on our live stream. It was one of the stocks that he... Oh, And it was the administration was putting money behind it. Biden was putting some money behind it. So that was the move on ENPH. All right, so here's the stocks from my list today, or made up my list today. Notice that out of the 10 stocks, 8 of them have VSTs above 1. So the stocks that made the news weren't half bad stocks. All right, so that's good. $60 million from, that's not his name. His name is Biden, not Brendan. Is TZRP a long-term play, Glenn? You know, from the perspective of any crypto, I say it's a long-term play because the SEC has approved the trading or the moving of that cryptocurrency through Overstock. Now, so Rich Girl, that is one crypto that I am interested in for the purposes of the SEC has okayed that to be moved as or traded or used as currency. And from what I understand, if it's not the only, it's one of the only cryptocurrencies out there that are okayed through the SEC. So if I am looking at a crypto, that's the one that I am looking at. Ticker symbol TZROP. The only, again, I think the only crypto or digital coin that is okay through the SEC, and it's cheap. All right, so if I'm looking at these stocks, what stocks have the highest CI? I'm looking at these stocks right here in the list. Looking at XROF, look at that, Mark. XROF, look at that CI on XROF. All right, as speculative as it is, look at that CI on the stock. What's the earnings growth rate? Sitting at 7 with a negative earnings per share. Lin, Meta, Delta, and XOM, out of the stocks that made the news, these are the stocks that have the highest CI. Again, stocks that also made the news: Taiwan Semi building in Japan, Tesla building in India, Plug, a hydrogen AI play, BLDP, a hydrogen AI play, and of course Amazon with the Amazon Day and making a lot of money. All right. So TZRP still not tradable in TD Ameritrade. There's ways to trade it. Somebody said there is a broker in Canada that you can trade TZROP with. All right. I'm still trying to find out how to trade it. The problem with hydrogen is the huge cost of building infrastructure to offer hydrogen on a large scale. Again, I get a lot of comments about hydrogen on the channel. I'm trying to accommodate some of that. I still am working on trying to put a story together as the alternatives, going from lithium, going to solid state, and then possibly going to hydrogen. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm still working on putting a story out on that. Williams says GBTC and Ethereum would be a welcome addition to tracking. Yeah, the thing is that we don't track futures, we don't track currency, and digital currencies included in currency. So we don't track that. But I've got the means to do that. That's why I have that site where I can get news on individual cryptos and look at graphs of cryptos and all that kind of stuff. All right. So those are my big new stocks. I would concentrate on the stocks that have a CI above 1 and then go from there. All right. Let's go look at oil and gas. I've got those stocks. Again, that's an industry or a sector that I'm keeping my eye on right now. All right. Let's go see if I can go look at the average, watch list average on just those stocks that I have up there. 3-month graph. I do like the move coming off support. There's my stop price. A little bit of a sideways move right now. But if Russia and OPEC are cutting back on supply, the demand really doesn't go up, but it artificially does, oil is going to rise. So I'm keeping my eyes there. Where's my other one? Gold stocks. There's my gold stocks. I think the dollar's falling. With the dollar falling, these are stocks, and these are, now keep in mind, these are not all the stocks in the space, but these are stocks that I keep my eyes on in the space. Let's go look at the watch list average here. On these stocks, what does it look like over the last 3 months? Look at the move. Look at the move. And on good volume. RT is not above 1, but You ask me what sectors I'm keeping my eyes on. Those are the two. Who asked me about the sectors? Who asked me about the sectors? Who are my two that I'm looking at? Does it answer your question? The 3 and the 8 just crossed on these stocks. Now remember, it's not the industry. This watch list average is on these stocks right here. Earnings will beat this quarter and shoot the markets up. We will see. We will see. John says, WFRD, nice breakout. Thank you, VectorVest. Board breaking out too. Again, I'm telling you, keep your eyes on that BOR is a drilling stock. Keep your eyes on that space. Keep your eyes on that space. And as you keep your eyes on the oil space, what I am going to tell you, as oil rises, so will inflation. All right, so will inflation. I think because the rising of oil affects so many different things throughout the economy. Once oil starts rising, that's a sign that inflation is rising. I'm just telling you. All right, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just trying to help people's out. There it is, my industry: cement, steel, copper, and glass. Let's go see what it's done over the last week. Let's go back just 1 week. Let's go see. This is my watch list that Funkle Glenn set up for you. Let's do the quick test. Wow, folks, that's in 1 week. Holy smokes. That's all I can say. That's in 1 week. I'm telling you. It's hot in here. I'm going to take off all my clothes. I am getting so hot. I'm going to take my clothes off. Folks, that's in 1 week. Good. Googly muggly. If you're not paying attention to some of these stocks, you should be. That's all I got to say about that. All I got to say about that. All right. Let's go look at some of your stocks. All right. Again, good conversation today. I love the conversation. How many of you felt good about today's conversation? Type of 1. If you thought that I was just bloviating, type of 2. How many of you felt comfortable about the conversation today? Type 1. If you thought that I was bloviating, type A2. SLDP, comma, Upstart, UPST, comma, U. Is that a stock? Yes, it is. U, comma, Google, GOOGL, comma, Crocs, comma, Glenn, keep your clothes on, says John. I told you it's getting hot in here. Gonna take off all my clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off. All right, CONL, comma, coin. I can track coin, comma, oh, maybe I can't. It would be nice if I spelled it right. Coin. You really want to look at Carvana? CVNA, comma, nope. On Pat's, excellent today, says William, excellent. XHLT, comma, WFRD, in Cincinnati, comma, Goodyear, GT, comma, Perry, PERI. There we go. Here we go, stocks now. Here we go. We got 15 stocks today. We're looking at 15 stocks today. All right, let's bust the move. Wow, every stock that you gave me today has a VST above 1. Nobody wants to be the one that gets called out on giving me a stock that's at the bottom of the list and it's garbage. Nobody. I want to see, and I know a lot of you are chuckling in the background. Nobody wants to be the guy that Glenn puts out on the hot seat because he say, hey, look at this stock, and it's the worst stock on the list. Nobody wants to catch that smoke. All right. Is Sam Stock a guy to what is that, Francisco? I'm not sure. William said they're fearful. Jacobs say he. Nobody wants to be that guy. Hilton's at the bottom of the list, but I'm okay with that. It's a buy recommendation and a VST above 1. Vista Energy Kelly. Yes, Vista's another good stock. I'm telling you, these energy oil stocks are going to be on the rise. That's why. And I'll add a third one. I think that's going to be a good one. Petroleum was one of them, and gold was the other one, right? Petroleum, folks, I'm telling you, but as in petroleum rises, inflation is going to rise because as in petroleum rises, cost of all the goods and stuff, transportation, just gas, all that stuff affects inflation. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. As oil goes, so does inflation. All right, one, yes, based on what you said earlier, says Michael. I got you. I'm new to this. So, how do you explain Delta having good earnings and guidance yet barely moved today? Oh, no. So, D, just because something news comes out doesn't always move, that this doesn't always mean that the stock is going to just blow up one way or the other. It doesn't always mean that. So, because it's not moving today, that's fine. It's still a news driven story. So now that it made the news, something like Delta, you keep your eyes on that stock and you wait for the right time to buy if it does meet your criteria of wanting to get in. Moving average, crossover breaking through a level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Resistance. All right, so just because the news comes out, sometimes news comes out and the stock goes down or the stock stays, sideways. It is what it is. It's just the news. Does that make sense, D? Does that make sense? So no NMTR. Phil says MMTR. Sigh, MMTR. All right, so as I look, let's go see if that's at the bottom of my list. Holy smokes. Really, Phil? I think you did that just so I could shout you out. I think you just did that. I think you just did that just so that I could shout you out. And there you go, Phil. I just shouted you out. There is the stock at the bottom of the list with a sell recommendation. So, I'm going to give you a laugh, Phil. I'm going to give you a laugh. All right, the stock is crap. It's just straight up 68 cents with a value of 7. Way to go, Phil. That's all I got to say. Way to go, Phil. There's nothing good about the stock. There's nothing good about the stock. Thank you, Phil. You put a smile on my face, Phil. You put a smile on my face. All right. The stocks that have, just every stock has a VST except for Phil's pick, MMTR. Except for Phil's pick, NMTR. You guys, I need you to challenge me. I'm okay with stocks that have a VST below 1, but when Phil, you can't even short it, William. It's 68 cents. You can't even short it. All right. But challenge me on some of these stocks. I don't want all of these stocks to be VSTs above 1. But which stocks have the best upside potential? There's Weatherford. Let's move that over. Weatherford is in the petroleum. I'm telling you, petroleum, keep your eyes on. Whoever asked me about my sectors to get into right now, I hope petroleum makes you know that that's why it's on my radar. Upside potential is out of the 16 stocks, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks have good upside potential as compared to your AAA corporate bond. Which ones make money more so than not? Crocs, ugliest shoes in the world. I do like that Crocs is undervalued. It's a great stock. Ugly shoes, but great stock. Fundamentally sound. CI, earnings growth rate at 21%. Google, overvalued. Makes money. RT above 1. Earnings growth only at 4. DGII, what is that? That's in computer networks. Undervalued, fundamentally sound, 36% earnings growth. I like DGII. I do. I like DGII. Hilton, because of the travel stocks, it is overvalued though. Most of the travel stocks tend to be undervalued because they've been beaten up so much. Talking about travel stocks, do I have Delta? I don't have DAL. What was the other one? AAL. Yeah, I'll put up the airlines. AAL. Let's go put those up there as well. I think travel stocks. I don't know if I want to look at that as one of my industries or sectors that I really like. I think short term, but I think that at some point in time, when it comes time to pay your credit card bills, because a lot of people are putting all of these trips on their credit cards. And they're gonna, they want to pay now, or and worry about it later. They want to worry about it later. That's gonna be a problem coming into next year sometime when there's gonna be a lot of default on credit cards. I doubt they're making me upset. Why, rich girl? Do you have? Did I put Delta in here? There's AAL. There's Delta. Let's go look at the both of those, and let's go look at Hilton. Those are my travel stocks, right? Anything else in here? I'm gonna put Carvana in there. I'm not gonna put Carvana in there. Yeah, I'm going to put those are my travel stocks. If I'm looking at those, all of the travel stocks, because they've been beaten up so much, look at them. They all have relative values above 1. But Hilton and American Airlines actually have RVs and RSs above 1. Both of them are in an uptrend. Now, Delta's in an uptrend, but the safety is not there, which means they may miss earnings. Earnings growth rate, though, Delta's got the second best out of the three in earnings growth. American Airlines has got the best, and then Hilton. Let's go see about dividends on those three. Wow, Hilton pays a dividend and Delta pays a dividend, both really safe dividends. All right, so don't worry about Delta. Don't let it make you mad. Let's go view the stock graphs on them real quick. Let's go peep that out. Put this on a 3-month graph. 3 travel stocks. Look at that. American, though. Look at that. 2 solid days are down, but the 3 and 8 exponential, the 3 and 8 exponential moving averages are holding. If you own it, don't panic. Let it be. Put your stops on it. Next one is Delta. 3 and 8 are still solid as well. This was a retracement day. Started at the top of the candle. This is a closed candle. A lot of profit taking right there. I don't think that was an earnings play. It was an earnings play. And look at that. A lot of profit taking. The stock has made a lot of money in a short amount of time. Look at that equity curve. I think that's just a little bit of profit taking. But if I look at relative value, stocks got good upside potential. The CI is good. If you're in it, rich girl, leave it alone. Leave it alone. As long as the 3 and the 8 are solid, the 3 is clearly above the 8 end of day, leave it alone. Leave it alone. All right, that's just a little pullback day. Don't get all tore up about it yet. Hilton, a little bit of indecision today. After the 3-8 cross, look at that. 3-8 cross, 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot of days ago. Look at that, though. A little bit of a shooting star pattern. I watch the candles, learn to read the candles. Shooting star pattern would follow through. All right, that probably yesterday was the day to get out of the stock to capture some profit. A little bit of indecision going on today. All right, what else is in my list today? Let's go sort this by RT. Which stocks are moving up the fastest? Wow. What's that one on? That is on Coin. That is on Coin. So I have Coin, and then I have the ETF on Coin. Which one would I play? I'd rather play the ETF on Coin because it's cheaper and it's optionable. I can even spend less money by playing the option on it rather than buying Coin. So if I want to be bullish on Coin, I'd rather take the ETF, the bullish ETF. It's up 25% today. RT at 1, it's an ETF, so it's got no earnings growth. No, that's not a bad play. If you want to play crypto, let's go look at the both of these. They're moving, and Marie put in here that it's moving up primarily because of XRP, that crypto is moving up primarily because of XRP. I'm still not a fan of crypto. I think it's too speculative. That's my opinion. But listen, the ETF, the 3-8 cross on the ETF a couple of weeks ago, that was a great entry. Michael, don't worry about it. That was a great entry. Look at it now. Not a bad play. Let's go look at the ETF side of it. The ETF side is the same thing. The 3 and the 8 crossed earlier on the ETF side. That was on Coin. Coin, the 3-8s crossed earlier. And, if I'm going to learn how to try to tell you how to play crypto, I like using the 3 and the 8s as a gauge to get in. There you go, rich girl. All right, so let's go look for MDC Holdings. Stock is overvalued. No good upside. This company does make money, though. It's a buy recommendation. Looking at earnings growth. What's moving it? Let's view the stock graph. What industry is this in? This is in building residential. I've got other stocks in the space, but 3-month graph, bottom left, top right. Do I want to add it to that list that I have for you? Probably not. I don't. But I don't dislike the move. I like the bounce off support, the 3 and the 8 cross, a little bit of indecision today, but did hit a new 3-month high. As it's moving up, I'd like to see more movement in volume. I'd like to have more volume on it. Glenn, maybe it's time to do a video on topiosity. No, nobody cares. Every time I do a video about market timing or something like that, nobody watches it. Nobody cares. So I got to be careful about the videos that I put out because I don't want people to not watch them. I got to make sure they're interesting, that people want to see. Sold Palantir and made money, says Francisco. So, I still own Palantir. All right. How can you be tired in making money? Who says I'm tired in making money? Who said that? I didn't say that. Joey, did I say that? I didn't remember saying that. All right, let's do one last thing. Going back to the market timing graph, people are talking about my MTI. The MTI is at a level of 1.51. This is on our scaling between 0 and 2. When the MTI gets to a level of about 1.5 to 1.6, the market's looking for a top. So I want to reiterate my red flags for you. 1, the big gaps in the market that are not filled. 2, the market is starting to look for a top. 3, the market climate graph says we're flirting with moving into the idea of having a bear market. 4, the market's moving up and FOMO is kicking in. 5, inflation is cooling. But is that enough to keep the market going higher? 6, look at oil prices rise. That is inflation rising. All right. So put all that stuff together. I'm just telling you guys to just be careful in the current market's conditions. If the market gives you a day to make money like today, take it. It's done that for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. It's done it for the last 5 days. All I'm saying to you is that no matter what, just be careful. All right, just be careful. I don't want none of you to get caught blindsided by the market. FNGU was recommended yesterday in the Jockey Club. Thank you for that, Jeff. I got the Jockey Club tomorrow. I got the Jockey Club tomorrow. Scott said, Glenn, I enjoyed your video on Unisearch. I hope you do more. Also, you said someone else from VectorVest would show you. Did I miss it? Yes. Joey, put the video up. Ryan did a video on Unisearch yesterday. So, and I think he's going to be doing again another one next week. So, Glenn, should I close my position on NVIDIA? Richard, you know I can't tell you that. Look at the graph. You see the things that I look for in a graph. Use whatever moving average combination you want to use. Use whatever stops you want to use. I can't tell you that. All I can tell you is just you got to have something to help you to make that decision. Glenn, did you make your bracelet from GIMP? What the heck is GIMP? Which bracelet? No, this one I bought from Veterans. This one I bought when I bought my wife something, and this one I got made in Africa 4 years ago with my name on it. All right. Uber and Domino's. Ryan talked about Domino's yesterday. He talked about those two stocks yesterday. If you looked at our live stream yesterday, Ryan did a story on that. All right. So there we go. I got to go. Glenn, I appreciate your videos. Great content. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. Glenn, inflation is cooling from the reset of this year, but price is still up from prior year. I know. I think that people lose sight that we're still higher than last year, but not nearly as high as we could have been with inflation cooling. All right. So I got to go. Hey, Joey, are you there?
Yep.
Did you like the video? Did you like the live stream today?
Yeah.
All right, good. Don't forget, Joey, give Joey that love. Make sure that you let him know happy birthday if you haven't already. How many likes do we have? 73. You know me. Let's see if we can get 100 likes before we leave. Let's see if we can get 100 likes before we leave. If it was worth it for you to stop by today, just hit the like button. It doesn't cost you a thing. Hit the like button. All right. All that does is tell me that it was worth it for you to be here and get and pick up what we're putting down. All right. That's all I want you to do. Hitting the like button just tells me that you are picking up what we're putting down. All right. How about another video about high paying dividend stocks again? Because Michael, I looked at how many views we got on that. We didn't even get 1,000 views on that. I gotta watch the videos we put out. It's all about making sure you guys like the content. All right. Glenn should spank Joey for his. Did you really? Why did I even read that?
I don't know.
Why did I even read that? Yeah.
I was gonna remove it, but
Sigh. I feel dirty now. I feel really dirty. All right. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm blushing. Can you tell? Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.